Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here today for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. We're going to get you caught up on today's top news stories. Now, if you're a business owner or plan to open your own soon, this could actually help. Today is the 5th annual Invest Fort Smith Summit, which focuses on development opportunities in downtown. The summit will have sessions about contracting with government, schools, economic benefits of inclusion, and a session on preparing for business growth. The Invest Fort Smith Summit wants people to come who are interested in starting, expanding, or renovating a business, creating development, and those who want to stay up to date and informed. The summit will be at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Center for Economic Development. That's in the Bakery District on South 7th. Now, the summit will start at 1 p.m. and it's free. You can register by going to Eventbrite. Search for this event. And more in consumer news. The Fayetteville Starbucks has joined a national effort to unionize. It's the first in the state, but not the first Starbucks in the country to do that. 5 News reporter Tiffany Lee is here to break down what's next. Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, Joe. So history is being made as this Starbucks right here in our own backyard in Fayetteville is the first store in the state of Arkansas to call for an election to unionize and then win that union election. And it was a close race, too. Out of 20 employees, 11 voted to unionize. So we went out to talk with some of the employees at this Starbucks location. The Weddington store Starbucks shift supervisor Dylan Hartsfield has worked at multiple Starbucks locations around the state for about 2 years. He believes that the experience he's gained at each location has shown him more of a need to hold the company accountable. Now, according to Hartsfield, as employees, they're looking for a few different things. They're looking for raises, stability of schedules, and protections for partners of color and of the LGBTQ community. He believes that this union won't only benefit employees, but also customers, because they're saying they'll have more staff and they will be in better spirits. So we asked Hartsfield, now that they have unionized, what is the next step to achieving change?
So we will work with our union representatives to sit down at the table with Starbucks representatives and come to an agreement in the form of a contract to negotiate.
Starbucks is saying in response that where partners choose to be represented by a union, we respect that choice. We are committed to bargaining in good faith and hope that the union does the same. We will continue to make decisions grounded by our mission and values and aligned with labor and employment laws. Right now, there's no set date of when the union reps and Starbucks reps will meet, but they believe it could be any time within the next 6 months.
All right. Thanks so much, Tiffany. Now, before we get to more of today's top news stories and headlines, we need a check of that weather. It's cold outside. Meteorologist Zach Scott here to give us a look at what's happening today. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, a cold start to your Wednesday. We're going to see temperatures for your Wednesday afternoon a touch warmer. Actual high-wise, you may not feel that, though, but a touch warmer today than it was on Tuesday. Tuesday, we topped out upper 30s for Northwest Arkansas. Today, we're going upper 30s to lower 40s for Northwest Arkansas. Tuesday, we were low to mid 40s for the River Valley South. Today, we're going to be more mid to upper 40s. Now, we lose the thick cloud cover we had yesterday. We bring in the sunshine, so you got that, but we've also got a strong north wind coming in. We've got a front moving in, northwest winds picking up 10 to 20 miles per hour and gusts to 25 miles per hour for Northwest Arkansas and gusts to 20 miles per hour off towards the south. So it's going to feel more like the 30s all day for Northwest Arkansas. It'll feel more like the lower 40s off towards the south. So again, you get the sunshine, you get a touch warmer with the temperatures, but then you factor in that chilly north wind and it's just going to be a cold day for us. All right, another cold night, mostly clear skies going into Thursday. Thursday, more 20s. We get a southwest wind. It's a light one, but it's a warmer wind. Boosts us up to the upper 40s to lower 50s. And then another reinforcing shot of colder air returns as we go into Friday. That drops us into the 30s for highs on Friday. Wind chills in the 20s to lower 30s. So about a 5 to 10 degree drop with our wind chills because of a chilly north wind. Clouds increase. We'll have a chance for some flurries throughout the day. Right now, impacts look minimal. We'll continue to track that forecast, Joe.
All right. Thanks so much, Zach. All right. It is that time of year, the holiday season, and AAA is projecting one of the busiest Thanksgivings ever for travelers. More than 54 million Americans are expected to travel 50 miles or more for the holiday this year. Now, that's up about 2% over last Thanksgiving. It's expected to be the third busiest year since the company began tracking in 2000. A AAA spokesperson says while travel costs have gone up due to inflation, it's not keeping travelers at home for the holidays.
course, more than about 90% of folks traveling will do so by car. So again, even with the higher prices for things like airline tickets, hotels, gas prices, we know it's not deterring folks from getting out and traveling this holiday season.
Now, air travel is up about 8%, with more than 4 million Americans flying to their holiday destinations. Long lines at security checkpoints are expected, and experts say avoid checking your bag in case your flight needs to be rescheduled. All right, looking ahead now to the winter season, you may want to consider donating blood. Now, this isn't usually something that people will associate with the holidays, but blood banks are in need of donors more than normal this time of year. 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker shows us how a supply chain issue is causing quite a bit of concern.
The Arkansas Blood Institute says it's seeing a shortage of blood bag kits for the double red cell procedure. The company that manufactures the kits isn't able to make them right now. This form of donation allows the Blood Institute to get 2 units of red blood cells from one donor.
There's a built-in centrifuge in it, so it actually processes it there during your donation process. So there's more bags attached to it, which is better for testing purposes and transfusion purposes. And what that means is that we're having to see more donors to get the same amount of blood.
Danny Cervantes is ABI's executive director. He says it's tough enough during the holidays to get enough blood donors, and this bag shortage just adds to that. They are asking everyone to donate, but negative blood types are most in need, especially the universal blood type O negative. Cervantes says there is no threat to hospitals at this time.
You're dealing with people's lives. So if it does get to that point, we will definitely scream louder and longer and try to figure out where we can go to try to draw more donors.
Larry Gwynn has been donating blood monthly since he joined the Army in the 1980s, and he encourages others to roll up their sleeves.
It saves people's lives, and gives you a good feeling to know that you help people. You don't realize how important it is until you're in the hospital yourself and you need blood.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
Well, you can donate blood at the Arkansas Blood Institute in Fort Smith by appointment or just by simply walking in. In Northwest Arkansas, you can find locations to donate through the American Red Cross. Well, thank you for joining us here today for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Jo Ellison. Make sure to catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more. Have a great day.